Hi, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. Right now, we're calling it Zeitgeist Zealots, but we might change it. That was just the first thing I came up with, so I don't like brainstorming that much. But I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves now.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. My name is Major, longtime best friend of Forrest. I love the name Zeitgeist Zealous. I don't know if we'll be able to hold up to it, but we're going to try our best.
And I'm Tip Rayburn. Zeitgeist Zealot sounds mighty conspiratorial to me, but I guess this is a small conspiracy in and of itself.
Yeah, I was trying to get Hart on, but he doesn't want to do it. He wants to finish optometry school. But I suggested some other names like Nightmare Fuels. Fuel spelled F-U-L-E-S, which is like the Scottish way of saying fool. So Nightmare Fuels. So I thought that was pretty clever because apparently Nightmare Fuel's already taken, surprisingly.
Spoiler alert for everyone. This is Forrest's brand of humor. It's very highbrow, very clever.
Yeah, and the other one I had was the saying Dance Macabre, Dance of Death. I was thinking like Dents Mick Cobra, just like a play on words. So like Mick Cobra, like a Scottish cobra. So I was thinking a lot about Scotland today. So
I was going to say, are you from Scotland? Is that where your family's from, Forrest? Where is
I think from? So. I don't know. We're all just white trash. We don't like.
Dang, Forrest.
I love it.
But yeah.
So Forrest, what do you want to talk about today? There's been a ton of news lately.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the main focus for this show initially, I think, just to start off, is just movies and TV we've seen or just want to discuss, and if we can go into different tangents from there. But that's sort of like the main structure for now.
But I think TV's movies. That's kind of my alley.
Has everyone seen WandaVision? We can discuss that first.
I have not seen that.
Tip, you haven't seen WandaVision?
Hold on, as I cut my eardrums.
Just go away for 20 minutes.
Well, Tip, if you don't ever want to see it, we can just spoil the first 2 episodes for you because.
No.
Well, it's not the full series. It's just the. We can give like a spoiler review, I guess, a spoiler-free review.
Right.
Oh
yeah, we can do spoiler free
because there's only 2 episodes. We're not going to spoil the whole series, so maybe next episode you can get caught up, get that week free Disney Plus trial. So
Tip's got like 4 kids. He's got Disney Plus. Don't let him front.
Oh, okay. Oh well, has everyone seen The Mandalorian? Then that's a little late, but
yeah,
such a good
You've seen it?
Show.
All right, how about we just leave with that?
Really reinstalled my faith in the Star Wars franchise. I think the Filoni-verse, I think that's what they're calling it. Dave and John are doing an excellent job, and I just can't wait to see what they're doing next.
All 60 of the new Disney Plus shows related to Star Wars coming out next year or this year.
There's a ton. I think there's like 11 that they announced, and plus they announced the High Republic series, which is books, comic books, and another boring medium. Can't remember. But they're not making television shows, so I'll probably
they're doing at least 5 live action ones. What's hilarious is like Mark Hamill basically like threw shade at Rian Johnson when he was it Perry, the guy who directed the episode? He thanked him on Twitter and he was like, "Thank you for letting me play Luke when he was still a symbol of optimism and hope." So that was definitely some shade at Rian.
And Mark Hamill deserves. He should do that for the rest of the time. Rian Johnson completely ruined Star Wars with The Last Jedi. Not just being a terrible movie, but destroying an icon for millions of people who grew up like in love with Luke Skywalker and his being a symbol of hope. I haven't read like a lot of or any of the expanded universe, but I mean, he was messing with people's childhood. I know he was trying to. What's it called?
Hold on, Major. But to be fair, Luke or Han Solo's son,
Kylo, Ben.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Kylo Ben.
Kylo Ren. There you go.
Kylo Ben. That's right.
Kylo Ben.
Turned totally evil, and Luke Skywalker blamed himself. So A good
Yeah,
point.
it was deconstruction. That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah.
There was a redeeming factor. It did not have Hayden Christensen in it. So
Oh, man.
and the green sea cow milk made him too drunk to drive his spaceship, so he couldn't leave either. It kept him inebriated and drugged.
But what a good callback! Finally lifting up the X-wing out of the water. Nice little callback from people in Return of the Jedi.
Rise of Skywalker was just like a 2.5-hour apology for Last Jedi. It was
man, I tell you what, I'm such a fanboy. I loved The Rise of Skywalker. It's one of my favorite movies. Like, I know it gets a lot of crap for being like a checkbox list, but it's like, oh, so Star Wars fans want to see this, this, and this. Yes, I wanted to see this, this, and this, and like, it was a lot of fun. Like watching all three of the main characters throughout the whole movie, act and perform together. Like, that was really enjoyable for me. Was it cheesy? Was it campy? Was it everything I wanted? No. But was it The Last Jedi? No. And I'm so thankful that they didn't keep going on that path.
Yeah, I didn't quite enjoy it as much as you, Mage. It was basically just trying to revive a dead husk at that point. So they did what they could, but it was like,
I think J.J. Abrams did a lot better with The Rise of Skywalker than the last season of Lost.
Yeah, that was also another disappointing. He's not really good at the final payoff.
No, he's all about the mystery box. He's all about setting it up, but he doesn't know how to pay it off. And I think that's why he gave like episode 8 away instead of just doing like the whole franchise, like the whole sequel trilogy by himself. So he's like, I'm gonna set up some really cool things like House Kanata, and then just let someone else take over and try to answer those questions. And Rian Johnson was like, fuck those questions. I'm out of here. We're going to spend 45 minutes on Canto Bite doing nothing.
Yeah, well, the dude who directed Jurassic World was supposed to direct the last one, but I guess he got fired before he even started. I think he was just like, y'all fuck this up too much. I can't even help you.
I don't
it's
know
beyond repair.
Yeah, I think I heard a stat somewhere like around 50% of Star Wars directors that start the movie, that are started with the movie, actually finish with the movie. So you've got a 50-50 chance of getting fired in the middle of your Star Wars movie.
That's right, because they fired the Solo guys, the guys who started directing Solo. They got fired like halfway through.
Oh, and then I got to tell you what, just nerding out for a minute, I cannot tell you the relief I had when Star Wars took away the trilogy that they gave to D&D from Game of Thrones. Like, that 8th season was so bad. And I was like, no, Star Wars is going to give them 3 movies. Like Dan and Dave, like, this is going to be terrible. And then they lost it. And now, after Wonder Woman 84, it looks like Patty Jenkins might be losing her movie as well with Rogue
Squadron.
Yeah.
What a great segue, Mage. We can talk about Wonder Woman 84 now.
Oh, I did that on purpose. Tip, have you seen Wonder Woman 84?
Wait, Lemonade 84?
Lemonade 84. Delicious.
No, that movie is just lemons. The movie is just 84 lemons.
Yeah, that was I think a huge far cry from the first one. I think we can all agree on that. It was basically it made Wonder Woman a rapist, so that's never good.
That's the most jaw-dropping, eye-popping thing like imaginable. Like, over here you're thinking like, Zack Snyder loves the human body. He sexualizes men. He sexualizes women. Sucker Punch 300 or whatever. But
Gerard Butler with his pot belly of abs.
Right. But I never thought Wonder Woman 84 would have had a rape scene in it ever, especially directed by Patty Jenkins.
Well, it was a post-rape cuddling session, I guess.
That's correct. But that first gentleman and the one we see at the end of the movie in Christmas time for some reason, had no consent whatsoever.
No, it's true. So it's just, So you'll probably lose. I can't imagine what Rape Squadron will be like when starts that one. I can only, it's scary to think about. So Tim, you did see. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, besides the bedroom scene, what do you think about it?
We're asking Tip. Yeah, Tip. What do you think?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. The new one.
Oh man, I have not seen that yet.
This is fantastic. Forrest, don't watch it.
About rape scenes and stuff. I'm like, man, what? Let me log on. How do I access this movie here? This is.
You don't want to watch it, Tip. I don't know. You got like 2 daughters, so maybe they'll get into it. But I don't think their brains have developed to like know how storytelling works. So at least they'll enjoy it just for the colors and the fighting and stuff.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's really cool to watch her lasso lightning for no reason, or learn how to fly and then not be able to fly 20 years later, or 40 years later. Whenever Batman vs Superman. It's
Well, I forgot that Mandalorian's in that movie too. So it's like everything's connected.
Pedro Pascal. Like, I feel like after 2 seasons of The Mandalorian and not being able to emote, right?
To emote or act.
Being behind that helmet, like just being over the top in the 80s. And I know like the timeline's not right because Wonder Woman 84 got delayed or whatever. But just him being over the top, like he was my favorite part of the movie by far.
It was just like so confusing because, it was like the wishing stone, like the rules just made no sense. It was like, all right, I have to trick them into wishing for something, and then I have to get something in return. And
if I want to,
if I don't get what I want in return, yeah. Like, so it was just
like he wished he was like, don't you wish we didn't have traffic to go see the president? But he doesn't take anything from the driver. He doesn't take his car or anything like that. Like, the rules didn't make sense because they were only applied when it was convenient or necessary for the plot. It wasn't. Wonder Woman 84 made me want them to bring back Zack Snyder. Now that opinion might change in a couple months when we see the Snyder cut, but after rewatching Batman vs Superman, Snyder butt. I'm not sure that he was such a bad direction for the DCEU.
That was a good comic, though. The Batman vs Superman. That was.
Oh, I hated that one. I only saw the theatrical version, so I heard like the ultimate cut. Was
100%
gooder, but
is much gooder. Like, so I will tell you, I hated Batman vs Superman when I saw it in theaters, like the theatrical cut. But I own the 4K Ultimate Edition, and it's one of my favorite movies. Like when I'm bored, I'll put it on and watch it. It's ridiculous dialogue, but it's so Zack Snyder. Like the scenes are beautiful. Just turn your brain off. Stop thinking about it for 2.5, 3 hours. And you just watch like these gorgeous set pieces. You get this great dialogue that doesn't make any sense. Do you bleed? You will. Like it's ridiculous. It's so over the top. It's so much fun. Like Batman.
Batman doing it.
It's
Imagine doing tampon commercials.
Please just voice over
like some girls in the aisle, and he shows up behind her. Do you believe?
Will.
Tampax.
She starts her period. She can't find like a tampon. She's like, "Where are you?" And then Batman's like, "Here."
Have Christian Bale and Ben Affleck like just guest star for Tampax. It's for a good cause. Just making sure girls stay fresh, that sort of thing.
Thank you, Forrest.
Oh,
Forrest, the year was 2008 or 9, and you let me borrow the comic book Batman versus Superman. I don't know if you remember.
Don't you mean Dark Knight Returns? Because that's what it was. That's what Zack Snyder was ripping off.
Maybe. Yeah.
I gave Mr. Palmer Watchmen. I never got it back.
What?
Wow.
That's where it went.
I remember.
For listeners at home, Mr. Palmer was me and Tip's history teacher.
Not mine.
High school, and,
I did.
I
get into the smart classes, but I'm glad.
He was so. It was pretty budged. The whole IB program. It was like I think Palmer and Herring were both overwhelmed, and Dr. Williams too was pretty. Budge too, so it was like I didn't really feel challenged. The only thing was just like me and Tip were in the diploma program, and we had to do theory of knowledge, that extra class. It was like we just had more to do, and like when we left to do TOK stuff, the rest of the kids in the IB, like Spencer, who's not with us, hopefully he'll be in a later episode. They would just stay behind and eat pizza. So it was like we just had more to do, and our classmates had less to do. So
I want to point out for
such a budge program,
the 3 people listening, that Forrest is talking about the IB program. And he said me and Forrest, or me and Tip instead of Tip and I. Just want to point out how great.
I didn't. I don't think I got the diploma.
Me did not go to eat pizza. Nah.
But actually, Forrest, that's another timely segment into another Zack Snyder film, Watchmen, who has 3 or 4.
You mean segue? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's true. Yes, Watchmen.
I hated it.
You hated Watchmen?
Forrest grew up, and like we all grew up together.
Had a great soundtrack.
And Forrest, read Watchmen, and it was as life-changing for him as it is for anyone else who's read the comic. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to read it, but I'll watch the Zack Snyder movie that comes out in a couple of years. Did not like it at all.
Yeah, better in prose than on Cellulite. I'll put it that way. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that was like sort of his last decent movie. I like Man of Steel, but I think 300 and Dawn of the Dead were definitely his
Dawn of the Dead
best films. His most competent.
Dawn of the Dead's one of my favorite movies by far. It's phenomenal.
It was written by James Gunn, who does the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about him, and I'm glad Disney brought him back. With that dumb PR.
Well, he's doing Suicide Squad first.
The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad, yeah. So they're trying to milk that franchise for all they can. So hopefully it won't be like a Ryan Johnson situation where it's like just it's a dead husk that can't be revived. So we'll see how it goes.
I think they should. Marvel's got this amazing cinematic universe, and I think DC should do the polar opposite and just go into the multiverse and just have all these different spinoffs. With Flashpoint, they were talking about Michael Keaton being Batman. Then you've got Robert Pattinson's Batman coming out. That looks really good. Let me edit here. I got to go take something out of the oven. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think, the next Spider-Man is going to be a multiverse because they're bringing back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. So,
something to look forward to.
Balding Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey McCryer.
That would be an accurate description for us. Yeah. I really want to see a Suicide Squad. My brother-in-law recommended that. He's a comic book nerd into the Marvel kind of thing. But
nerd.
That's right. And he recommended that. I have not seen it yet. Is it good? Is it worth?
The movie? A movie's awful. It's basically it's not even like really a film. It's so strangely edited. It's more like an hour and a half sizzle reel.
Like
which is basically like a lot of
cut has been so successful and popular. Like it's making moves. It finally it allowed this project to actually happen. I think the pandemic had something to do with that. But now they're moving on to release David Ames, who writes that, who Ayers cut, and you know what? I just think that's a good idea. I think Warner Brother messes too much with the overall picture. Like you see that in Justice League, how much tampering the parent company does, and maybe just let these directors make their movie.
Word. Yeah, I think Ayer released some new footage of Jared Leto as the Joker this week. And it was basically the scene that was cut with half his face blown off or covered in suit or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So they definitely cut out a you his stuff.
Jared Leto said that they can make a whole movie between they shot so much footage of him and Harley Quinn that they can make a whole movie out of it. And you know what? I kind of want to see that. I might be a glutton for punishment. I know my opinions don't matter because I like Batman versus Superman, but I'd like to see more of a Jared Leto Joker. He's going to mail all his coworkers. Hopefully something good came out of that.
Well, he's going to be in the Snyder Cut too.
Yeah, that should be.
I think he's shooting scenes for that. So, be careful what you wish for.
Oh, I want to see a live-action Superman Red Son. They have a comic movie. But,
it's very good.
Is that where he's Native? Is that where he's Native American?
Forrest. That's where he's a communist Russian.
Yeah.
Oh, he's communist. Okay. I guess it's bad too. Being Native American is not bad.
It's like Captain America when he's a Hydra member. You know, it's just like taking your most iconic American hero and making them work for the bad guy. But it is a good what they call that, DCAU, the DC animated universe. It's a good
Elseworlds, I think.
Oh, that would probably fall into the
Elseworlds, I believe. Yeah. So, Major, give me your quick rundown, spoiler-free analysis of the first 2 WandaVision episodes.
Okay, so I am absolutely in love, and I hate the first 2 episodes of WandaVision. I hate it because it's different. It's so different than what we've seen from Avengers and the MCU so far. But I love it because I grew up watching old TV with my dad, watching I Love Lucy, watching Bewitched, the Dick Van Dyke Show especially. So I could really appreciate and enjoy the first 2 episodes. But I think if I was 10 years younger, or if I never had that experience with my dad, I would not have enjoyed that at all. However, it's fun. It's campy. It's an homage to the 60s television shows. It's black and white for most of the first 2 episodes. You get to meet a lot of interesting characters. I love the supporting cast. Like Paul Bettany was amazing. Wanda was good, but the supporting cast really took it away, I think.
Yeah, I think the what's the neighbor, Agnes,
maybe Agatha Harkness, maybe.
That's the word on the street.
The word on
yeah,
the
we'll just see what happens.
I can say that in front of.
Yeah, it's basically like a character I've never heard of, but that's what everyone online's saying. So, but yeah, too. I liked it too. It's just I think it would have benefited more had it been released all at once, because a lot of the action is going to be at the tail end of the series,
right?
And like it's pretty much the action's like, you know, superhero action's what the MCU is known for. So having that like sort of like later on in the series, it probably would have benefited from like a being binge worthy or bingeable. So, but I don't know. We'll see. I understand I got to like, you know, extend subscriptions for as long as they can. So they're spacing it out across all 9 weeks, I believe.
Stretching this out, then you get to we'll get to the next MCU show and the next one. Like we're supposed to have basically MCU content on Disney Plus all next year or all this year now. So that is pretty exciting. You know, it gives you something to do. Gives you lots of YouTube channels and podcasts like this you can listen to in the meantime. I'm surprised that they didn't take more of the Expanse approach, where they released 3 episodes on the launch instead of 2.
I know there was no zero gravity sex.
No zero gravity sex. There was sex though, and from it came 2 children.
Sitcom friendly sex, though. It was like when the two beds are together, then rather than separate, then you know something's going down.
Paul Bettany was so excellent in that scene when he was playing all scared. But it really does make you wonder what's going on, because he definitely died a couple movies ago.
Yes, so that's, I guess, what's going to keep people tuning in.
Yeah. Do you think he's do you think he's real, or do you think it's all in like Wanda's head?
I mean, I guess he needs the Mind Stone to live. He needs the Mind Stone to live, and that's like gone.
Yeah.
But maybe since they went back and got the Mind Stone again and brought it back, maybe it wasn't returned. So maybe it was used to bring him back to life. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Speaking of
returning,
did you hear Chris Evans signed a 1 movie picture deal with the MCU again? So Captain America's coming back.
I heard that, but then he tweeted like news to me. Yeah. So it's not really official yet. So maybe he's holding out for more money.
Well, I think they're
tuned in. Holy crap!
Talk about it.
What was that?
You guys are insanely tuned in. I'm like, what is Twitty?
What's a Chris Evans?
Chris Evans.
He's Captain America.
Oh yeah, yes.
The guy that makes you curious about your sexuality. Not Thor, the other guy.
Yeah, he makes me curious for sure. I'm looking at pictures right now.
Yeah, no, he's pretty awesome. But you know, they did that with She-Hulk too. Like the actress they hired to play the She-Hulk coming up, she denied it for a couple months before it finally became official.
Oh, true that. Yeah, we'll see how She-Hulk works. I wonder if she's going to be CGI or just they're going to paint someone green. like in the Star Trek movie.
Yeah, they need time to buy up stock before they make an official announcement.
I know, buy up stock in green paint companies or companies that make green paint, so they can make
sounds like an M3 product.
Yeah, inferior. It's a it's a compliment good because green paint only complements a She-Hulk TV series.
Can you imagine how hard the visual effects are going to be? Because she's green, there's a green screen behind her. Like, it's going to be difficult.
So many nefarious people on YouTube are going to like green screen inappropriate stuff behind her and on her. Like they edited her into a porno.
Have they done that with the Hulk yet? I think that's a great idea. I haven't seen anyone do that with the Hulk. I think we might be onto something.
Basically, just watch any of those weird trailers, and like basically like that's what the guy does. He cuts out like characters from movies and TV and like puts them in the trailer. Like we'll have like Tobey Maguire come and fight Thanos in the Endgame trailer. Like if you watch the Endgame weird trailer, it's like Tobey Maguire comes out of the portal right after.
The guy who does the Tobey Maguire YouTube bits are hilarious.
Bully
Maguire. That's really great. I'm looking up here. It says her significant other, She-Hulk, is Luke Cage. I would love to see Netflix Luke Cage come into the MCU officially.
I didn't know they were. I thought he was Jessica Jones' boyfriend, husband.
Yeah, they're really worried about it.
Partner, whatever.
But Mike Coulter, I love Mike Coulter and Luke Cage.
He's from South Carolina.
Nice, represent.
Ooh,
that's where we're from.
Yes. So is Chadwick Boseman, or he was. They're both from South Carolina. So.
R.I.P. What a man!
Insane.
That means we have a chance. We must shoot for the stars.
You're gonna be the next Black Panther tip. Yeah, you have the shot.
I've been working out.
Either of those. Oh, really?
Black Panther impersonation.
Irish Panther.
Oh, I'm a fan of that.
Wait, what's a freckled panther? I think that's just a jaguar, right? Isn't that
Yeah. That's true. Irish.
I'll lift
Irish
my shirt
jaguar.
and blind them.
That's
my blinding flesh.
Hey, the more you avoid the sun, the younger you'll stay.
That's right.
It's the fountain of youth, staying in the shadows.
Except for if I work outside, so my face will be all wrinkly, but my body will be smooth as She-Hulk's rippling green thigh.
You'll just have like a brown and leathery farmer's tan, and then like a blinding white.
Tip was the king of the farmer's tan back in the day.
Yeah. And Forrest looked like I don't know, somebody from Latin America after
I got pretty
olive skin.
I got pretty bronze too. Yeah. Oh, I miss those days. So were you all happy there was no inauguration violence today?
Yeah, very happy.
I was pretty pleased.
They had the bomb threat to the Supreme Court, but nothing. They didn't find any evidence. Nothing bad happened. So, yeah, very, very happy, very relieved. I'm excited about this. Like I am. Phase 4 of the Marvel MCU.
What a great segue.
Nice, Major. Excited about a new administration and a new Marvel.
Yeah, Phase 4 is going to be awesome.
If anything, well,
wait, Phase 4.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Phase 4. So
the one after Phase 3.
But the one before Phase 5.
If they ever get there. Yeah, well, I think they're going to delay No Time to Die again, so they'll probably delay Black Widow. I imagine.
How can that movie be good?
So we're just never going to see it.
Yeah,
Black Widow,
but No Time to Die. I'm sure Black Widow. I'm sure Black Widow will be good. But like, how can Daniel Craig hates playing that role? The movie's been delayed for so long.
Well, it's his last one, and I guess he's done filming. So it's just like I'm just going to have to I guess I'll have to go on press tour when they do release it or whatever. And that's that'll be the end of it. He'll probably wash his hands of it.
Are you guys talking about James Bond?
Yeah, James Bond.
Yep.
Now we gotta pay for that licensing fee. Thanks for us. That just cost us something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to I think I'm allowed to have like a 30-second song intro.
I believe
so I'll pick.
We can play up to 30 seconds of a song, but we have to review it. So I'm gonna say that's an amazing theme song, horribly rendered by you.
The song that opened up our podcast today is amazing. I give it 5 stars.
3 thumbs up
out of 100. I give it 2 thumbs and another thumb up as well.
3 thumbs up. 3 thumbs. Oh, there you go. I like it.
So, all right. So what we're talking about,
a rotten tomato is a rotten potato. Have you ever smelled one of those things? They need to make a new website, Rotten Potato.
Yeah, it's not a great website for one. Just like to score movies because like a glowing review and a barely positive one are still considered fresh. So it's like there's really like the middle ground. That's why I prefer Metacritic, because there's like a positive, neutral, and negative review sort of score. So I think the score is usually more accurate, or just the user audience score in general is like I think the best way to gauge a film, because you know how people think
I like
about
to
it.
go with Google ratings. Like when you Google a movie and it's like thumbs up, thumbs down, and gives you the overall rating. I find that to be pretty on point with how I feel about things.
Hold on a second. I have some terrible news.
That theory.
Forrest Gump has been moved down to number 12 on IMDb. It used to be like number 1.
No, it was like Shawshank Redemption. It's like it's been like number 1.
IMDb's 200 list.
I
no one's seen all 200 of those movies. There's no way to accurately rank it. You've seen 250 to 15 of those movies, and you're ranking those at the top. Yeah, 75% of Google users
like
Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. That feels about right.
Versus
a 28% on Rotten Tomato and a 44% on Metacritic.
There are a lot of good movies on people haven't heard of or don't really discuss that I found on that list, like The Third Man.
I can guarantee you, as someone who's never seen the Indiana Jones movies, I guarantee you haven't seen 90% of the movies on that list.
You haven't seen Indiana Jones? Oh.
I was going to, and I didn't.
I've never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies.
I've seen 1, 2, and 3.
I don't want to see some big bald. I've seen neither of them. I don't want to see some big bald guys.
Forrest,
let me go ahead and spoil all the Fast and Furious movies. They're fast and they're furious.
They're furious, and their family.
They're quick and they're angry. That's from what I heard. From what I hear. I've never seen Top Gun either.
I've heard it's pretty gay.
Yeah, I don't care.
You need to see Top Gun.
I've ridden the Top Gun roller coaster.
Oh my god!
I've ridden the Top Gun roller coaster. That's basically why volleyball was still around. It definitely brought interest back to that sport, or at least men. That's why men still play it, just because that movie. I think only women would be playing it if it weren't for Top Gun.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is to volleyball as Misty May is to volleyball. Legend.
Yeah,
the most
popular
person in the sport.
Back when Val Kilmer was in good shape, Batman shape. So, yeah. Well, we discussed WandaVision, Wonder Woman 84.
And we didn't really talk about Wonder Woman 84. We just talked about the rape scene. I want to go back to that. I want to talk about Wonder Woman 84.
Well, it was more like it was more of an implied rape.
Implied.
It was implied.
Right, but she kisses him at one point, and he isn't physically able to give consent. So even if we're not talking about the bedroom scene, there are multiple other times in the movie where that happens.
Well, she basically just murdered him by making that wish. Because
and it doesn't make sense. Like the wishing rock has the ability to create things at a blink of an eye, right? Like that wall.
Yeah, it made nukes.
Right.
Made
so
nukes in a wall.
Why couldn't you just create a new? Like, where can you just bring Chris Pine back? Why'd you have to be so weird about it taking over this other guy who doesn't even really look like Chris Pine? It doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's a really weird choice.
Yeah, that movie was just frustrating to think about. I don't think I shan't be watching it again.
I rewatched it for this podcast, and I hated every second.
Oh, really?
It.
Okay.
It was not enjoyable. It wasn't good. It didn't make any sense. It was too long. Like, there's just nothing. I don't know. Pedro Pascal, Chris Pine, the acting was all good. Kristen Wiig, sorry.
Yeah. I actually liked her more than Pedro Pascal's character. I thought that was that the arc wasn't that interesting. I mean, it wasn't like original, but it was like, okay, at least I see where they're going. At least they're doing a good job of it. Even though we've seen it
she works in the Smithsonian, and she's being made fun of. So there are nerds making fun of her for being more nerdy. Like, none of the movie,
that's
like
true.
When you take a double glance or you think about it, some nights I'm just trying to go to sleep at night, and I just think about a new ridiculous thing about that movie and just how ludicrous that movie is. It does.
That means the movie worked. That means the movie worked to do something.
If that's what they were trying to go for.
Yeah. I don't think it was really made for men. I think it was I guess just because our reproductive makeup, we can't understand.
Wait, is it appropriate for children age 4 and 6?
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
sure.
It's just it doesn't show anything. It's like PG-13.
It starts the movie,
so let's go afraid of
young
Catwoman.
Wonder Woman when she's 11 or whatever, doing the whole Amazon Olympics, and it's got an overall message.
Message made no sense.
Don't cheat.
First the message begins don't cheat, and then they changed it lies are bad, and then they changed it to give up what you want or something like that, or don't be greedy, something like that. It was they just kept changing it to what fit the plot at the time. So, but yeah, unless you're scared of Catwoman, I think the movie Cats was way more scarier.
Oh, I mean,
this.
You don't even have to worry about the cat fighting scene because it's literally invisible. It's or non-visible, I should say, not invisible. That would be her stupid jet plane. But the fight between her and Cheetah is so dark. I thought I was watching season 8 of Game of Thrones. You just can't see anything that's happening. And I've got a nice TV. I cranked the brightness all the way up. I had Dolby Vision on. Still nothing. It's so hard to see, and it's so short anyway. I think this would be fine for a 6-year-old to watch. Yeah, I would not waste your time screening the movie first, though. I'll tell you that you will hate it. just watch it once.
All right, kids, clear here.
Maybe just have the mom present to make sure to cover their eyes when they they're in bed together. But it's she has her gown.
There's not even any
toplessness.
No.
It's PG-13.
You don't see any cheating at all from Gal Gadot. I thought that was very, very Patty Jenkins. When you watch the first Wonder Woman or Justice League, there's a lot of cheating going on, and I think that's a lot of Zack Snyder because his part was minimal in this episode or this movie. No cheating whatsoever.
I like cheeking.
Yeah.
Oh, cheeking as in butt cheeks?
When butt cheek hangs out. I noticed that. I was like, oh, well, because I just watched Wonder Woman and I watched Batman vs. Superman and I watched Justice League. I went on a big DCU craze. Yeah, went on a big
cheek spree. Cheek marathon. Cheekathon. Yeah. It's I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully maybe they'll do better next time. What's next DC movie?
Suicide Squad 2. Isn't there a Suicide Squad 2?
Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's coming out this year on HBO Max.
I think that's the plan. Is it a remake? Is it a reboot? Is it a sequel?
It's like a make. It's a sequel, but it's like a soft reboot. They're gonna I think reference the first movie as little as possible. But they're bringing back Harley Quinn, so it is a sequel. But
I hope it's good, because I just bought 5 shares of AT&T stock. Yes.
Oh, really
I've
investing
been
now too.
inspired
Nice.
by AT&T's low stock price.
Yeah, very low, but they pay you a good dividend.
I know. I think we should like start a separate podcast called was it Stock Swamis or maybe Stock Sultans? We just have just give our best stock
have, like,
tips.
A 5-minute section. We'll tag it on to the bottom of the episode or whatever.
When we call the podcast Zeitgeist Zealots, we can
pretty much
talk about anything.
Jocks?
So that comes to mind. Stock jock. Oh, that's good. That's probably taken though.
Also, I know nothing about stock investing, so that would not be.
What's your what brokerage do you have?
I use the Robinhood app.
Yeah,
I use
Robinhood and Weevil. Robinhood's just super user friendly. It's very convenient just to go in there and throw money away. It's pretty nice.
Yes, exactly.
This episode is sponsored by Robinhood.
Robinhood gives you Tinder.
You use the passcode Zeitgeist for $20.
No, I'll put in the bio.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know how we can monetize this, especially for giving very bad investment advice.
The key is not getting investing advice because that's how you get sued.
I don't know.
You gotta get that disclosure.
The key is really just not to get sued, as long as like we stay under the radar.
You just say this isn't financial advice.
We don't get too many listeners
for entertainment purposes. But buy this stock today, Tesla. Buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a freaking horticulturist. I know squat about financial stuff. So.
Oh, actually,
that matters.
So if you have any questions, just hit me up. I'd love to help you out any way I can.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, shoot, we had that stimulus money, and I was like, all right, well, what can I do with this?
That lasted a day. As you walk out of the strip club, well, that didn't last me long.
Now I'll go back to my 4 kids and wife.
Yeah. Did y'all did you already get your 600 checks? I haven't gotten mine yet. I got my first one.
The first stimulus check I got
I got my second one yet.
Super late. It took forever to get to me, but the second one was like there like the next day. I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, that's because you guys are like don't have children. If you have kids, dude, they snap that right to you. Like,
good.
I guess when my parents got it so soon, even though we both moved out.
Probably have to edit this part out. No one gives a shit.
I think that's true.
They should make a movie about, the current scenario. I'm sure they will. A nice documentary, or something like that.
Heard of Songbird?
No. What's that?
Let me see if directs it real fast. Is it Bay? Written by Adam Mason, Simon Boys, directed by Adam Mason. So Songbird is about COVID-24. It looks crazy. Basically, everyone's in lockdown. Yeah, it's a movie. It came out this year, or at least the trailer did. But COVID-23, excuse me. But the whole movie should just be called #TooSoon. It is dramatic looking. Oh yeah, Michael Bay is a producer. That's it. I knew Michael Bay was somehow in charge.
Talk about bad timing. Have y'all seen the new Stand?
No,
TV series.
What's CBS?
You don't know? It's the CBS. You know what the Stand's about, though, right? It's about like a virus that wipes out like 95%.
The Stephen King movie or books, The Stand? Oh, I had no idea.
Yep. So, I mean, there's like, well, we had to release this. We filmed it, but it's like at the worst possible time. It's got like review bomb, too. But I think it's mainly aimed at Amber Heard because everyone hates her now because of she accused Johnny Depp of beating her up. And everyone thinks she was lying.
Judgment until I learned something more about it. But looking at Songbird, it's got a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes and 27% on Metacritic. You can buy it for $13 on YouTube if you really want to watch it. immune to the COVID-23 virus, a courier races against time to save the woman he loves from a quarantine camp.
Ooh.
It does not look good.
Yeah. Sounds pretty on IMDb. Yeah, that's
sort of like that Hillary
bomb, dude.
Yeah, it sounds pretty tasteless. Sort of reminds me of that Hillary Duff movie where she's playing who's the Marilyn Manson victim? Tate. The Tate murders. What's her first name? I'm blanking. Catherine Tate. Well, basically, it's like she's playing her, and it's like reshot as a horror movie.
LaBianca? Sharon Tate.
Like a slasher movie.
Sharon Tate, yeah.
So Hillary Duff's playing Sharon Tate, and it's sort of like a teen slasher movie, like the Manson murders. It
sounds pretty tasteless.
In horrible taste. And it came out like the same year as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I guess, because they figured they had to release it before that movie, and so we could make some money. Otherwise, it'd be redundant. So yeah, that's a very sounds like a tasteless project.
Big things happening in the '60s. That makes sense.
That's true. Major, have anything else on your outline?
So
ready to follow it to a T.
Let's see. We talked about the Snyder Cut, talked about 84, the DCEU. Next thing would be Major learns an internet thing. So for our listeners, I went about 5 or 6 years without having internet access. Missed out on a lot of stuff. So I'm looking for recommendations that of cool internet trends, maybe Pokemon Go, something like that. Just something I've missed in the past 5 or 6 years. Forrest or Tip, can you think of anything that you want me to experience in the next week?
You only missed out on Pokemon Go. I don't think you missed out. I think you're pretty fortunate.
I had to ban Pokemon Go from my store. So, I mean, it was pretty big for my
Major, did you join
we'll wait for the train.
Huge community or
hold on, Tip. Let's wait for the train.
That's my fault. Yeah, when you live in Charlotte,
you just like scream at your window, like I'm trying to record a podcast here. Damn it!
The conductor flips me off as he's going.
Podcast sucks, bro. All right, what were you saying, Tip?
Maybe
we haven't released it yet. He's like our only listener.
I started. Major, did you join a Hasidic Jewish community? Why did you not have internet access for 4 years?
No, that's a great question. So after college, I moved back home to my dad, and where he lived out in the middle of nowhere. There just literally wasn't internet provided, available. So I went 5 or 6 years without it. Now I'm trying to catch back up. I've heard Rocket League's cool. I can't play Call of Duty anymore because everyone's so much better at it than I am. Still play Halo. You guys should check out our Twitch channel. Yeah.
Because no one else does.
Major's ranked number 1 in the world now.
We need to do our weekly. We need to come up with our weekly 343 Industries burn. I think so. Just name off some things we hate about 343.
So much. Why is your match so bad?
Like a 95. Why can't we veto maps we don't want to play? Why is Fever?
You gave us Husky Raid as an individual option. You gave us a Platinum Pack, and then you took both of those away. You know what we want.
True.
Now you're just playing with my heart, 343, and I hate it.
You took Rift Ball away.
Halo, no, you're
another sense. Yeah, they also need more Warzone packs because I think we're got used to all of them. There's only 5, I think.
As soon as we get off,
it seems like there's more, maybe 6.
With me, so you win again.
Well, they're so busy on Halo Infinite, they just don't care about Halo 5 anymore. They're just and it freezes all the time too.
At least
so it's they just wash their hands of it. Hey, well, at least it's not Halo 4.
Wait, there's a Halo 4?
It'd be worse. Yeah, we're playing Halo 5 right now.
Halo 5? What year is it?
Yeah. It came out 5 years ago. It came out 5 years ago.
Halo 1 together.
So it's an old, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, I was thinking you guys were talking about Halo 2 still.
Dude, I wish I was playing Halo 2.
We just don't like trying new things. We just play the same video games over
Rogue Company was good. It was just too glitchy, that beta. But that's what made it for. Exactly.
Well, it's like a free game. What do you expect?
Huh. Rogue Company.
Oh, Rogue Company. Okay. I thought you said drug company. I was like, oh, great. You get to play Big Pharma and like create a monopoly and come out with a COVID vaccine or something.
Come on, Trump.
Charge $600 for it.
Drug company.
We can't blame him anymore. Did you hear? I guess I told Major this earlier, but Joe Exotic didn't have his pardon.
40 pardons. Joe Exotic
get a limo.
You should have talked to Kanye more.
He pardoned Lil Wayne.
I didn't know
when he didn't pardon Joe Exotic, who I'm pretty sure was more Yeah, I didn't know he was in jail either. I guess he had only 8 months sentence, maybe like a year sentence, I think.
I haven't heard of
So I mean, it's like he would have gotten like Joe Exotic has like 20. His since like 22 years, and he only started like in 2019. So that sucks. It's funny because I'm definitely know Joe Exotic was more popular than Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
In the year 2020. I guess Trump was just like, nah, he's weird.
That's his real name.
Or maybe I guess since Trump is orange, he took offense to him killing tigers who were also orange.
He probably just doesn't like his exotic lifestyle.
Trump and Joe Exotic, I don't know.
Spoiler alert, Lil Wayne was arrested in Florida for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Sentence that carries up to 10 years. So, adios, Mr. Carter. Oh, at least he's back now.
Wait, was this recently? Oh, or was he just got arrested after he got pardoned?
This was the charge that he's been pardoned for. So Trump granted a full pardon to Lil Wayne, and the charge that he's pardoning for is a firearm by a convicted felon. How random is that?
Yes, because convicted felons need firearms. Is that?
I mean, if you're Lil Wayne, you got a posse with them.
They need him in prison.
If you're Lil Wayne, you've got a crew, you've got a posse. They've all got guns. Why do you have to carry one? It's like T.I. getting arrested for a pot.
It's Q. Well, better, I don't know. I think if he should be banned from holding anything, it should be a guitar.
Wow.
Honestly, most of them guns.
Shots fired.
What a timely reference. And better play on words.
Well, no, riffs played, I guess would be the guitar.
So what do you guys have any recommendations? Anything that you've experienced and enjoyed on the internet over the last 6 years that you want me to try out? It's all crap.
It's all crap.
Mostly just explicit adult material. I mean,
I saw my cell phone.
And you probably didn't miss out on that. Well, you had, that's what's sort of interesting to me. Like, you had your cell phone this whole time, even though you didn't have internet, but you could still access stuff just with your data, right? Like Facebook and birthdays. You just missed out on people you went to high school with getting older and fatter.
That's a great idea.
So that's pretty much all you missed.
I should Facebook a couple of our old high school friends and see how they're doing.
Usually, the only time someone from high school gets in touch with you is they want to sell you their handmade jewelry.
That's too true.
But yeah, our hopefully our 20-year reunion will, or maybe hopefully we get like a 15-year reunion because our 10-year one sucked.
I was free that night. I still made the right decision.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gone. It was no, I think like the organizers completely washed their hands.
Organized at all. That Facebook group wasn't.
Well, it was just no one wanted to pay $100, and I guess people, who were friends in high school just either didn't hang out anymore, or just didn't want to see each other, or just
if in your high school
if they
town,
they hang out privately. They
spare.
Or they're all
most people who showed up
if they're all married,
did not go to college.
Married up. In the next one, everyone will be divorced. I mean, this is America. They're all
That's true.
So at the 20-year
like
reunion, everyone's going to be like flocking. That's my prediction. because everyone's like married now and like children run around, you know, ankle biters. But then at the 20 year,
I think you're right.
We'll be seeing some droves.
I guess we'll just see how fat I am, and then I'll decide whether or not I go to the 20 year. What do you guys have any fun plans coming up for this next week?
Just for the podcast, we just discussed a new episode of WandaVision. Hopefully, Tip will watch all the episodes. Maybe we get what's his face, Spencer on. Well, I think we'll just see. We'll share this one in. This is sort of like our test run, and we'll see
or not
going.
Keep it all in. Yeah, right.
I'll probably just edit the beginning here. Yeah, just don't say any like racial expletives or some pejoratives for races, and we should be good.
So yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Or we'll get canceled. So, but yeah, this was a good first run. So hopefully our listeners at home got some entertainment value out of it.
Doing anything important while you were listening to us, or maybe you were just put it on in the background. I'm okay with that too.
No, you must listen intently to every word.
Yeah. So
no, please don't listen to us. Don't listen to us too hard.
Yeah, don't listen to us ramble on about an interesting.
When you hear keywords like Wonder Woman or Snyder Cut, you can pay attention. But then when we start talking about high school again, just leave the room.
Like someone's like, who gives a shit? I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, people are just like going to be angrily log off. So we'll try to be more organized next week. All right, we're at the hour. So
this is Major.
This is Forrest.
And this is Tip.